Just our talk show today, just we did talk in general about the African community and young people, empowering women of African. Sometime they getting the divorce somehow, but we don't like go too deeply in this issue. Before we start, just I need you to just introduce yourself to our audience because you are now live stream. Go ahead.
Thank you, Simon, and hello to all your listeners and viewers. My name is Hetty. I reside in Bendigo for the past 5 years. I live here with my young family, so my husband and three children. I'm originally from Ghana, um, and Bendigo is now my home.
Yes, fantastic. uh, I think she's offline right now. I don't know what happening. So we still continue from Google Radio anyway to solve the problem. What the problem exactly? What is going on? So yeah, we have an issue our network and maybe affected our talk show. We look forward to do so to connect. Our program still continue from Google Radio. Yes, we just got this challenge now. Don't know what happened exactly. In our sister IT again in the
Oh, thank you.
yeah
I'm
well
not sure what. Thank you.
yeah maybe the network the reason why they make it a little bit difficult to you. So yes, thank you very much for your introduction. Yeah, you say how long you been in Australia?
Australia, 26 years.
Oh, you're full Aussie. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
right. Okay, let's go to our business very quick. Just my question as I sent to you there in your diary as well. Uh, can you tell us about the little bit unity of African unity? It's always we this is the song we singing always. Unity, unity between us. Let us be together. Let us do this together. At the end of the day, there's something is not going right in our side. People is still living in division. What are your thought?
Um, with Africa being such a huge continent, and oh, it says you
Yeah,
aren't being recorded. Sorry, I'm not sure what's happening here, but I've just got a pop up
y-
thing.
yeah, it's okay. Go ahead. It's working.
Oh, okay.
It's clear
Um,
here.
as we all know, Africa is a huge continent with a very diverse population, many different cultures, and many different countries these days, even if we're talking politically. Um, our country. or the whole continent has been divided into countries that consist of people across the different political borders. Even in saying so, those of us who are in the diaspora, so if I can make Bendigo as an example, Bendigo is only a small town in Victoria, Australia. And here in Bendigo, we have different nationalities from Africa being represented here. Although we all recognize ourselves as Africans, we all have our different nationalities and different traditions or cultures that we have to mesh together, and that's always going to be a difficult task. So in doing so, it's going to be difficult to always gel together. We may not always see ourselves as the same people, and we will naturally always look for things that uh, are different or dissimilar from each other. And that can always cause differences and tensions to pop up their heads and create friction or factions within the community. Um, the most important thing to recognize is at the end of the day, we are all humans. We may have different national identities, but we find ourselves in a place like Bendigo or Greater Bendigo or even Victoria or the whole of Australia, and we're all here to give do the best for ourselves as individuals, for ourselves as like our families, and also for the image that Africa has around the world. So that is something that we want to try to keep working on. I'm not sure if you lost me there for a little bit, Simon.
Yeah,
I
that's right.
did keep
That
talking, so
yeah,
I'm not sure if
you
it's
it's
recorded.
clear. I heard you.
It's
Yeah, this I
okay.
have something here disturbing me. Oh, thank you very much for that.
Excellent.
Yeah. Can you go further straight away about the empowering woman? That's that issue. Especially we are here as African, we get a lot of backlash from the people who say our ladies, women, when you get the power, they don't care anymore about the responsibility. Especially, easy for them to can divorce husband anytime she's won. So, how you agree with this idea, especially for empowering women, African always do that, or just
Hmm. Not
gossip or something?
entirely. I would probably say among all the people groups, maybe African women will probably be the least to go forward for divorce uh, in the first instance. I think I would say many African women are strong and can handle stressful relationships for longer than many other women in other cultures. In saying that, it's probably because you will hear that African women are going for divorce because now there's a lot of ways to communicate this. So social media is available for, and people have ways to communicate better. So a lot of things come to light that were not coming to light before. The other thing is that for a long time, African women have been seen as, subservient. They have to be submissive. They have to know their place. They've been put under for a long time. But in the last, let's say, 50 years, where education has become available
Mhm.
to African women in particular, we have found that maybe there's other options. So you don't need to stay in a
Um,
relationship or a marriage that is not serving you or optimally. It's not serving you or your children. So sometimes you may be in a relationship that um, is abusive, or the children and yourself are not feeling safe. So you now have power to actually use whatever resources are available to move out of that and find safety for yourself and for children if there are children in those. So only because these things have now become available to us as open doors where we can walk into, we don't need to continually stay in a place where we don't feel safe.
Yes.
And so I think that's what we are seeing now, and it looks like as if, oh, African women all of a sudden feel empowered to do whatever. But that's something that has been available to all other women in other cultures or other people groups that we have now been allowed to have access to. We are now having access to that. So it's not because um, we've all of a sudden grown wings. Yeah.
Cut off some what do you call it, the network sometime up down. It's no problem. I understand that what is going on exactly. So the last thing is just I want to be talking very shortly because I think we have issue with the internet here in my house.
Yeah.
um, yeah, you say something about safe. The woman when she's feeling is not safe, she need to find way the place can live, you get the safe place. But I don't know. Well, we lost our culture because all of us come from the background. We have a lot of culture. People respect like our grandfather and mothers respect their husband, our fathers as well. Whatever the challenges they're facing, they always they feeling quiet and respect to give respect to his husband until the end of their life. But now in this society, I think that's why we're talking about empowering. Empowering because more educated women in the moment, it's more difficult for them to handle any challenges, especially at the house. You don't want to listen to his husband, no respect, no something like that. A lot of conversation about small things, maybe sometime, maybe about the money, about the project, about whatever. There's a lot of things, different people. So from there is the divorce. The word of divorce is coming very quick. You say, if you don't like it, I don't care. You just leave me alone. I can do whatever I need to do. I don't care anymore. So that's the part of the way we need to talk to our ladies, our women. Please let us back to our culture. We are coming from. Are you agree with that? Back to our culture.
Um, I would always say that culture is important because that's how we've been able to survive. And if you look at the global population, Africa, when anybody mentions Africa or any African country, the first thing that pops into people's heads are their culture, traditions, morals, virtues. All those things are very, very good things that we stand for those things. So um, it's a good image for us. I would say that it's very important, especially for the family setting. And we are talking about a man and a woman, or a wife
Yes.
and a husband, in most African cultures. This is very important because that's the basis of the family, and families make societies, and societies make, nations or countries. Without families, there will be no countries for people to actually say they belong to this nationality or that nationality. So it's very important. But what we need to learn, probably in the various African cultures, is that um, the system of having the male as the dominant person in the family, uh, is good in a way because that person is supposed to be providing protection, provision of the resources, and also direction, leadership. Now, that leadership needs to be there for the woman to come underneath. But if that leadership itself is problematic, then it's going to be a problem trickling down, because it's going to be difficult for a woman, especially a strong woman, somebody who is industrious and also has like ideas. She may not have the resources to take control of everything, but she has ideas of how the resources of the family should be managed. But if she's not being listened to, then it's going to be a problem, because now she's educated, right? Let's say a man's gone to marry a woman that's educated. She has her own set of ideas or worldview of how things should run, and she has come to help you to do something as a family, but her views are not being listened to or taken into account, or being discounted or disregarded. It will only take up to a certain time for her to feel like she's not being appreciated, or being she's being taken for granted, and that's going to be a problem in the end. So I think in any family or any marriage, what I would say is that that communication needs to be very clear, so that individuals in the relationship will be able to understand each other and work things out. And being considerate of each other is very, very important in any relationship, to consider the other person's view. You taking the time to listen to them, even if their idea is not the best. It could be from the man or it could be from the woman. Even their idea is not the best, you can give them the opportunity to try it out, and if it doesn't work, at least you know for sure that that was a bad idea. But if that somebody's idea, whether the man's or the woman's, is not being listened to, or being discounted, or completely disregarding it, then you are in effect telling them that they are of no use. You are the only one that can make decisions. So then you are just throwing them away. Their ideas are thrown away, their feelings, their worldview, everything is just thrown out, and they can't be of use in other aspects. If, for instance, that person decides to stay in the marriage, they may choose
Mhm,
to stay because of the safety. As I said again, maybe
mhm.
the husband is a good provider, so she will stay for the sake of the children. But once the children are grown and gone, she she has lived under your leadership without her contributing anything to all the projects that have happened over the years. So now that the children are gone, her contribution was making sure that the children were maybe fed and bathed, and
Mhm.
they've gone to school and all of that. Once the children have
Yes.
become independent and left, what's her use now? There's no use now. So then the next thing is that she's thinking about ways that she can exit, so she can go and be useful somewhere else.
Yeah,
That could be the
it,
situation.
I know, but if we go back to our traditional, there is the marriage is between worse and between worse, better and worse. Why didn't this work
I'm so sorry, you've gone mute.
and then left the house? make us very, very weak. So the reason we need to keep the marriage be continue, it's not for the safety, for the sake of the community, for the sake of the children, for the sake of our life as well, as our religious, our Christian. We know we different believer. Anyone have a different belief, maybe Muslim or Christian or Muslim. Muslim is different things. But the reality is most women empowering, they don't listen to their husband anymore. I know there is a lot of things, maybe misunderstanding each other for the power. More, maybe the lady more educated, I'm not educated, you are the more educated. Sometimes conversation at home be more it's not there is no balance on it. So that the issue sometimes can cause a lot of uh, issues. The empowering woman can asking for divorce is their husband. I think you explain a lot of things about it, but uh, my internet is not give me chance to we continue more. But I think we can close this discussion for now, and then I can organize another day better. It's not myself. I can bring someone as well, you and somebody else. We three of us can discuss this talk show. I think very interesting.
Very interesting. Thank you, Simon.
Very much because internet is not good for us. Thank you very much. I can see you next time.